and there's a vein in there, and that bird has expired.
The Stanley family.
Keep us safe as we go on a trip, Lord, and everybody else who's going to the Okie Homestead Expo, Lord. And please help us to have a good time, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Amen. For a long time and kind of talked about and rumbled around for a few years and finally did it a few years ago, and we were really surprised anybody showed up, and they showed up. Oh, there it is. Right there.
Different one.
Queen is right
Did
there.
you find her? She's over here. Just looking for her.
Okie Homestead so far. We are so excited and encouraged to see so many people interested in milk goat basics. So how many of you all here already own dairy goats? All right, so there's a few of you out there. You already share our love for dairy goats and the benefits of raising them. How many of you are seriously interested in purchasing a dairy goat or considering it? Okay, so there's a lot of you out there. So some of the basics.
This one does it all.
Hey, Boo. What's the pig say?
See the cow? What's the cow say?
Travis, you having fun at the Okie Homestead?
Yes, sir. I got put on that donkey house.
Friend,
Sir?
you having fun at the Okie Homestead?
Yes, sir.
What do you see in front of you? You got some friends out here?
Yes, sir.
Which one of them you want?
Want them like the big ones?
You want one of the big ones?
Yes, sir.
Magnolia?
Sir.
What are you looking at? Which one you want? You're wanting to ride that sheep right there, ain't you?
I told Mom get in because she get in there and run in the sheep.
I want one of them big emus right there.
Angela, what do you see you're enjoying? Oh, the popcorn, I see. You see animals out there you want?
A cow or a pig?
How about you? You see animals you want?
Pick one of each, please.
Whether they're male or females. So the males go to dinner. So that's what we'll do. Quail pop is what it's called. You can just put your thumb under the back of their neck right here and just pull. And it separates. The back of their neck is just there's a vertebrae and it just, as you've seen, pulls right off. And it's over with. So cut their feet off. Cut their wings off. And I don't pluck these guys because skinning is so much easier on these. The wings come off. And you can just grab them from the breast and the skin just comes right off. So then I spatchcock them. So you're just gonna grab backside, this side of the backbone, cut all the way down. You keep the legs in your fingers because you're gonna cut all around the anus things. And then get on this side of the backbone and don't cut them legs off because I have before. Then you lose your leg. And there's all your innards and they just come right out. And if you want to keep the livers and the hearts, you can fry them up. There's a heart. And then your lungs will be stuck in there. Just stick your fingernail in there and peach them out. So there you go.
Texas. And when we say that, I have family and uncles and grandparents that have worked farms and ranches in their lives but never owned anything of their own like we do. So we started from scratch. We bought our place.
Say hi to the goat.
Baby, now.
can, that's really important. Or I didn't lose any cows this year. What did we do different? No, they had different kind of salt. Whatever those things are, it's very important to keep records.
It's kind of our standard feeding ratio, and it's worked really well for us. Now, when they're babies just weaned, they are not going to eat 6 pounds a day. So you're overshooting on this, but you will have enough feed. If you undershoot and try to get it down to the...
Do it. Ah, you got it. Ah. Okay, go ahead. Oh, good job. Oh, good job, Bear.
Went through to learn about, self-sufficient living and growing, and that man right there was the man that popped up every time I turned around. And it's just Salatin from Polyface Farm. Oh, thank you. Wow, what a room full of people. And oh, this is quite a pulpit here. This is great. Belmont, and the smallest one is like 10 acres, and bigger ones are a couple 100, 300 acres. And so we've had the experience of going on to raw land all the time. So be able to get there. We need to be able to get there even when it's raining, even when it's slick. So basic principles of access, and of course access is going to end up...
we kind of got into it just because I had that passion. I wanted to get back to my roots. I showed sheep in high school and was a part of FFA and all that. Just kind of missed that country life. And so a way to do that and teach at the same time was start raising bison. So we got our first 5, and if you guys follow us, it's still... I've got 4 left of that 5. It's Peaches, Eleanor, Dunbar, our breed bull, and then a Bell Star. So I still have 4 of the 5. And anyways, that was our core. That was what we started with.
That they're going to be for meat, so I don't handle them at all. I feed them and I water them, and that's it. And move them on pasture every day. So these kill cones are really awesome. They're giving away one where they already did. So they just hang in there and their head sticks out. And you get you a really, really sharp knife. I use a Benchmade knife, but it doesn't matter as long as it's sharp. And you get right below their earlobe and you make one pass. And there's a vein in there. And that bird has expired. And it will thrash and whatever. It's below 150, but I try to keep it right at that, and we'll dip it. Ideally, I'd put a little bit of Dawn dish soap in there because it will help keep the oil away. But the way I check to see if it's ready, these feathers will just fall right off. And then, oops, sorry. No, because it's not water. Alright, here you go. And it comes out like it. So you will have a little bit on the wings and the tail still. But I start out here at the feet. So there's just a knuckle in here. You'll see it where it bends. And if you're cutting bone, you're doing it wrong. So keep that in mind. So you're just going to make a slit, and it's going to come right down. And there's no bone. There's a little tendon in there. Feet are off. So there's an oil gland on their back of their tail, and you're just going to slide your knife under that and cut the oil gland off. Scald it for about 20 seconds. So their heads just pop off. I cut a little incision right here in front of the neck to release the crop. See in here. there's just tissues that go around this neck. You just release all that. And then it'll come out the bottom. Then you make your incision. Rip it open. If you want to keep the livers, you will have a bile sac there. You'll be able to see that, but you just pinch that off because you don't want that to contaminate your meat. So there's your liver.
Some of them are thinking they're never eating chicken again.
Yeah, probably. Sorry. You came to it. There's your gizzard. Cook and season.
He's ready for the final product.
There's your liver, your heart, your gizzard. Okay, so your lungs are going to be up against your rib cage or on the back side here. So they have a lung tool that'll go with your plucker if you win it, but they'll just come out if you scrape your fingers under there, and then you'll get your lungs and stuff, and your crop is right there. And then so what would we do about the waist? So you'll just cut around the butthole, or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to be PC, sorry. I know there's kids. And then I just make sure my wife is really thorough with everything. And she'll say, you missed a little bitty piece right here. And then this lung, since it's separated up top, is done. So there is your clean bird.
About 350 hogs a year. We homeschool our 6 kids, and we travel the country and do this. So I want to tell you guys why we should be raising self-sufficient kids, and kind of how we can change our mindset on that, and then how you can actually do that on the homestead. So some real hands-on things that we can do. So how many of you guys are already, I say already because this isn't just a homeschool speech, but how many of you are homeschoolers? Okay, so we got quite a few. This is awesome. Or future homeschoolers. I love that too. Are any of you thinking about starting a homeschool? Love it. And you know, the one awesome thing about homesteading is everybody is teaching.
Sweet. It's not always sweet. There's some very bitter honeys. Not all areas produce a good honey. To lean on a very dark honey versus the ones that are sweeter for like an allergy or something like that. There are over 300 different types of honey in the United States. The thing is, most people are very used to one color of honey like this. It sits on a store shelf. They all look the same. They taste the same. And it's that is how they associate honey with. There's actually 8 color grades of honey. It goes from...
Pumpkin is my biggest pumpkin, and a 180-pound watermelon. That's my biggest watermelon. Woo! Okay, so first thing.
City Park, the median of an expressway. You know, I've got people in California doing it in, you know, conservation easements. You do it in an orchard. There is not an acre of land in the globe that wouldn't benefit from pasture chickens.